Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm your host T. Welcome to the Adventures of TNT. And today we are going down the black metal rabbit hole. This is all thanks to our patron Savin, in which he has requested a couple of black metal bands and tracks. First up is Burzum. Now Burzum is a band that I've heard of. I haven't explored their music, but the song he wanted me to check out I believe is called Jesus Tod. And with some of the other bands that I'm going to be playing, I can't pronounce their names, but I'm going to try my best, so forgive me. But I think next up, this is Negura Bunget. And the song is called, I can't even pronounce that. And the last one, this looks easy, is Poison with Sphinx. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And let's hear what these bands got. So sit back, relax, and let's jam to some black metal, y'all. All right, so this was Burzum with I believe that's Jesus Dodd, and I was as I was listening to the song, I couldn't comprehend the lyrics, in which that's the case with most black metal tracks, and so I went ahead and I pulled up what the song was about. And as the description says, it says the song talks about the death of Jesus and how his death, the impact created a new religion, which is Christianity, and how it impacts. And so that's very interesting because a lot of times with death metal, you can relate it to issues and things of the occult. And it's really cool how creative a lot of these bands can be with their sound. I mean, a lot of times the music can be very enchanting and it feels sometimes diabolical and evil. And that's kind of the feeling that I got with this track. It kind of took me back to when I first listened to Dark Throne, Transylvanian Hunger. That was probably, well, Emperor was the first black metal band that I listened to, but Dark Throne was the band that really gave me that enchanting feeling with the music, because for all of you who know and listen to black metal, you know that the music, it can really take you away. Now, with this track right here, of course, it did have a lot of elements of black metal that I like, but it also had something in there that I didn't like. As you know, black metal can be enchanting. It can also be very repetitive, and that's exactly what this track was. But I felt like it did not take me anywhere. I didn't really feel that feeling of being transported to another place. And that's something that I thoroughly enjoy about listening to black metal music, is when you can just tune in and zone out. And it was like with this one, I could tune in and I could jam out, but I really didn't feel like it took me anywhere. But let's go ahead and continue. Of course, you guys can leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. This next band we're checking out, I cannot pronounce this. I do not know how it's pronounced, and I'm not even going to attempt it, but we're going to jam out and see what it's like. That's what I'm talking about. This shit feels evil. This feels fucking evil. once again, I do not know how to pronounce this band's name, but I absolutely love this track. These guys are a Romanian black metal band, and as I said in the previous reaction, is pretty amazing what these guys can do with this genre, especially when they add different elements in there. Now, this is a fairly newer track. I believe this is 2006. Newer as compared to what I've been listening to lately, which is a lot of 80s and early 90s stuff. But with a lot of the newer black metal stuff, bands have added more progressive elements in there, and that's exactly what they did with this, because there was a mixture of like the growly kind of snarly vocals, but then there's also like this there's clean singing vocals or melodic vocals in this, and then it kind of had this atmospheric shoegazy kind of vibe to it. So it was very, very cool. I think that they did a great job with all the elements that they were compiling into this song. Now, something else is that oh man, I lost my train of thought of what I was going to talk about. Right off the bat, I just thought, the feeling was pretty evil and diabolical. It was exactly what I was talking about with that last track, and that's that's something that's really cool with a lot of these black metal songs. Oh, what I was gonna say was this is the difference between what you normally listen to on the radio or even with your favorite metal band, where they compose songs, and songs have a certain structure where it's like verse 1, the chorus, verse 2, chorus, and then the outro. And with a lot of black metal songs that I really come to enjoy is that they're not songs. It's almost like they're musical compositions. And so even with this song, it doesn't go by that structure of verse, chorus, verse, but it's more like a composition of music, almost like classical music. And they compose and they structure a song to have its ups and downs, even flows, and then it ends. And that's exactly what this was. This was a great composed song. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And when it kind of got light in the middle, I was like, oh man, I hope these guys, they go out with a bang and kind of go explosive towards the end. And that's exactly what they did. So I thought that was really cool. So let's go ahead and check out our last track. This is Poison with Sphinx. Let's check them out. Off the bat, this is completely different. It feels like thrash, and it has black metal element. All right, let's just keep going. Oh my God. Guys, this was Poison with Sphinx. Now, a couple of things come to my mind when I think about this band and the sound and what we just listened to. This reminded me of, it sounded like old school Venom. It reminded me of a couple of other bands as well. But listening to this, I had to look this up when this band came out. This is a German black metal band. And these guys came out, I think they hit the scene in '82. And they were around relatively short, from '82 to '87, for 5 years. And within those 5 years, I can hear how they have impacted and influenced other bands that came after them, because their sound can be coined or described as a combination of three things: thrash metal, black metal, and death metal. You can hear the death metal in the vocals, the style, the thrash metal and the playing of the guitar work and the instruments, and of course the black metal sound, I guess, is from the lo-fi. But if anything, it's more thrash metal to me. But I think that a band like this is incredibly important to the history of metal music, or even metalheads, because I can tell that although this band never blew up or hit mainstream or didn't really get too popular, they are a band's band. They're a band that other bands knew about. Other bands knew about these guys and were influenced by them, and nobody talked about them because nobody wanted to be like, I was influenced by Poison, or I ripped off their style or their riffs. Because I can hear it from all the other thrash metal bands that I end up listening to going on to my journey. And then all the bands, a lot of the bands that the newer bands that I started listening to now have been influenced by this sound, which was done by other bands. And it is what's becoming popular nowadays is, I believe they call it like Blackened Death or something. I don't know. I recently listened to a band called Crypta, and that's what I could describe their sound as. There's elements of black metal, thrash, and death metal. And there was another band that I featured on the channel. You guys can check it out. The name is leaving me right now, but they did a song, Feed the Christians to the Lions, or something like that. Behemoth. And that's a lot of what their sound like. It's more refined because it's newer stuff, but you can hear it. You can hear where, listening to this, like, this was like one of the originals, where that sound kind of originated from. So I think it's really, really cool to hear this band and explore that 80s sound, because this was before black metal really started getting popular in the mid 90s with bands like Dark Throne. And it kind of got that repetitious sound that everybody kind of knows it for. And so going back hearing this is great. I thought this was really, really cool. And then another interesting thing I thought about this song was the name of it is called Sphinx. And at the beginning of it, or even throughout the song, you can hear kind of like these Egyptian kind of guitar riffs being played. So this is very, very cool. So guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap up our show for today. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about these bands. We got 3 different bands from 3 different genres of black metal and metal history. So leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. I would love to hear which one you thought was your favorite song, or of course what you thought about each song overall. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Like this video, go ahead and help me out on the algorithm. Join us on Discord. We have a whole Discord channel completely dedicated to my metal journey, and we have other metalheads in there talking about all their favorite different genres of metal. And hell, if you even like rock music or country, we got sections in there for that as well. And support the channel on Patreon if you want to do that. And guys, I'll just see you in my next video. Peace.